of the draft. All the way
gone, and obviously will be able to push him out as Busio comes over, so they will be able to defend the red, which is quite nice.
Oh, but now there's already a problem. Quad just gets caught here in the river, or does he? Flashing forward for the Twin Fang. It's first blood over to FlyQuest mid laner.
Here,
Vulcan wants to keep going for it, though. Masu having to spend both summoner spells, as now Blabber ready to try to flash forward to grab the kill, and there it is, the point-blank spear to seal the deal. Loki's making his way into the fight. No way out of that miasma. A little bit more damage will do it, and Quad gets the kill.
And there can go right over to the Grubs after this as well for Inspired. So 2 kills now onto the Cassiopeia.
Masu in some trouble as he gets caught up in Sven's lockdown. Blabber's there to back him up, and it's an easy pick for C9 to make it a 3-3 game.
that's Blabber's ult. As soon as it came back up, it was up before the cleanse, before
Trying to get the rest of the team out of here, as now Blabber's going to be caught over the wall, and a beautiful shot from Masu to finish him off. That's 2 kills going for FlyQuest. C9 might have got the objective, but it's FlyQuest with the Hippo ready to join up here in the fight as Vulcan tries to go for an engage, but Inspired doing a good job staying alive there with the ulti. Quad with the flash back over the wall, but Quad is shut down. Big movement there for C9, but FlyQuest are not yet finished. They're going in after Sven. Inspired with the wind becomes lightning, but a nice shutdown back over to Loki as he picks up the kill onto Bwipo's Cho'Gath. Rejoins with a grand Starfall. It's a 4v2. FlyQuest turn away. This one's about to get ugly. Masu wants to bring somebody with him. He flashes back out. Still pretty hard to do anything here. You're still vastly outnumbered for the time being. Sven's ulti is not nearly enough to save Thanatos. Bwipo loses half HP in the fight, but that doesn't matter too much. 45 seconds with the C9 top laner dead. Miasma down, and Blabber's out of the picture. Enemy jungler taken care of. FlyQuest never even dropped aggro on the Baron. They're going right back into the pit to finish what, as Masu is firing straight through his heart. Blabber's already down to the snake bite venom. FlyQuest have already claimed 2. Loki's trying to run away. He has to flash just to not be caught as the 3rd casualty. FlyQuest, Sven looking for the damage, but Bwipo stays alive. Saving Private Bwipo is the name of the movie, and Quad is the star actor. A double kill for the FlyQuest mid laner, and Busio is ready to line it up for number 3. Bwipo gets his shield and walks right back away. Quad grabs another one, and FlyQuest just dance. Where is the threat? Quad with a flash away to stay alive as Inspired kills Sven in a 1v2 in the backline at the same time. He's got the Guardian Angel. He will resurrect as Masu goes on a killing spree and Loki goes down. C9 melts as FlyQuest have made their way onto the Nexus itself. They will take game 1 of this series. This game 2 is going to shape up. Oh boy, Blabber's walking right into the brush there. Immediately gets stunned up. Busio hits him with a follow-up handshake. Blabber trying to create some space, but it won't matter. Fire beats the tree, and FlyQuest is on the board first. That's done here. Big haymaker comes out, but Blabber has already made his way into the fight, and that means Thanatos is coming out on top.
And Jack kind of mentioned it, but we had heard the stories of these 2 teams scrimming against each other and of those 2 top laners.
Thanatos keeping himself alive for now, but a flash over the wall from Inspired for one last smack upside the head. FlyQuest grabbing their 2nd kill.
good kill, but it does cost them teleport, double flash, and double ultimate. So that was a lot of
FlyQuest still thinking about the approach here as Inspired jumps in after Loki, but does not want to commit the ulti here just yet. Quad goes in for the play on Sven, but he's not going to find the engage he looks for. Quad instead shut down by Thanatos, who's made his way into the back lines of FlyQuest. Now Sven is in danger, but he won't die to the haymaker here just yet, and Loki is still DPSing and messing up everybody on the FlyQuest side. Inspired. Now Blabber's here on the front line as Inspired goes into the back line of C9, but it ain't going to be enough as Sven has already got the kill, but a nice hostile takeover. Sven executes his own teammates as Masu keeps jumping forward and takes Sven down. Loki wants to get one, and he will, but it comes at the cost of an ace. FlyQuest slam that fight.
They have to keep it turned up to 11, and they do. They force the fight. Bwipo.
Busio looking to keep him alive as well, but Bwipo has made his way into the fight, and now Loki's going to be killed as things just barely start. Thanatos tries to run as Inspired makes his way into the mix, and Bwipo is still alive here too. Inspired makes his way back over towards the objective as now Blabber's going to be in some danger. Uses Twisted Advance, trying to get away from the damage on the haymaker as Inspired has found the enemy mid laner. Bwipo's on a killing spree, and Thanatos is already dead. The Hex does go over to C9, so they'll stop the soul for now, but Blabber's got to be careful. He nearly dies, but he baits him in instead. C9 end up getting an absolutely massive fight with 4 kills.
They get the dragon, they should be able to get the Baron. Bwipo trying to make it happen.
Yeah, Bwipo's going in, wants to try to get that last shot there onto Loki, but the haymaker doesn't hit. It's an ace for C9. Baron, the prod. Blabber jumping in with a twisted advance. Bwipo losing a ton of health. Quad wanted to grab the burst, but there's not enough damage. Bwipo with a huge haymaker to kill 2. FlyQuest hold the line as the true damage is just way too much. One last hit from Masu takes down Sven, as inspired as the sacrificial Wukong. Okay, C9's on the run. Nice engage coming out from Masu and Busio. Sven tries to get away over the wall, but he's already been killed as Bwipo makes his way onto Loki's Corki. A double kill for Masu. Thanatos should be next to fall. Quad trying to stay alive here with a bailout, but they don't do it in time. That'll be a 1-for-1, but a 4-for-1 overall as C9 gets completely mopped up at only the cost of Quad.
Well, the question is,
still going to continue their push for now. You can see the Void Grublings showing their way up here, moving towards the Nexus turrets. FlyQuest are going all the way for the throat on this one. Sven's going to try to defend, but he doesn't have the firepower. 18-14, FlyQuest. If you are C9, Loki goes in, finds the shuffle onto Busio, who goes on a magical journey trying to get away. Bwipo wants to try to escape the wrath of Vulcan and Loki, but it ain't gonna work, and Blabber shows up to guarantee there's no way out for him. Just slices and dices him down. Thanatos with a solo kill, while the rest of C9 is taking the tier 2 turret over in mid lane. It's kills, it's objective, it's everything right now going C9's way.
Yeah, they look so much.
Blabber was in there, now he's in there yet again. He's gonna be juggled back though. A seismic shove knocks him down. Blabber got the red, but now he's dead. Vulcan tries to escape, but Bwipo locks him up. Vulcan falls next with the tackle into the wall. Loki tries to get something back, but he dashes over the unraveled earth. Everybody on C9 is just dropping like flies. Now Thanatos at least is towards the FlyQuest base. He goes in with Weaver's wall. Loki tries to shovel him back, but now he's behind enemy lines. Busio here at the very front, gonna buy a little bit of extra time with the Tempered Fates. Blabber's caught up in it as well, but Busio is first to die. FlyQuest are about to lose their mid laner too. Inspired barely gets away off to the side, and C9 find a massive engage angle.
Loki steps up huge. He just goes in as soon as the Talia wall cuts them off, and he escapes with his life.
Inspired still making his way down towards the fight as Sven flies over the killer instinct, and Masu is down. Sven stays alive. A double kill for the Kaisa as Vulcan locks up Inspired, and C9 locks up the Dragon. Ooh, Vulcan goes in for the flash engage on the dredge line, but it's not going to find a whole lot just yet. Inspired finally does drop the attempted counterattack there from Quad with the unraveled earth. Doesn't get anything for FlyQuest. Now Bwipo's got to be careful. Loki wanted another big shuffle, but he barely misses Bwipo. Thanatos jumps in and sets up another kill for Sven, who goes on a rampage. Thanatos just smacking Bwipo around in this 1v1. Made him look like a minion. Plus 300 for Thanatos on the solo kill.
Yeah, it's now looking like more of a mosquito.
The Tempered Fate locks up everybody on FlyQuest. They got to be a little bit more careful than this. Masu's about to die at the very start of the fight. Thanatos into the back line yet again as Quad will fall. Masu will go with them, and Bwipo's about to be number 4. Only Busio left alive. C9 rises to the occasion in game number 3. It's a 5v Bard in the base, and Bard doesn't win nose. C9 will take out the first Nexus turret. They'll move right on to the second. They'll try to pad the stats a little bit further as Vulcan goes fishing and lands another one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to game. Since we've had a Kog'Maw here on the pro stage Busio flashes forward to immediately get the auto attack on Sven, starts stacking up that stun. Inspired just jumps forward. There's no way for Sven to get away. Now Blabber moving into the top side, seeing if he can find something in retaliation back against Bwipo, who once again takes the tower shot, and that means there's no chance for them to score themselves the first Drake of the game. Now Busio and Masu stepping up trying to challenge him here for it. Slam into the wall. Busio in danger. The Drake is already secured by C9, and they get a kill on top of it. Inspired wanted to jump in there and try to get something back, but the damage is not there. Masu's still firing. Vulcan wants to try to get away, but it ain't gonna work. He dies. Loki dies. Everybody's dying as Blabber wanted to make a flash play, but it ain't gonna work.
They're looking for Whippo again.
All right, Whippo wanting to try to sidestep away from the Skarner tackle, but it's not good enough. Meanwhile, 2v2 down in the bottom lane. Vulcan's got to try to disengage on that one as Whippo spends, and Loki brings the chains down on Whippo. A 5v4 game now for C9 as they get a 1-0 in the scrap.
Yeah, that is massive for them because not
Quad is in some trouble here as the 3v1 is going to put him in a real tough spot. Chaos Storm will not protect him. C9 get killed, number 6. He's 3-0 on the Ambessa. He does so much damage. Whippo is 0-4-0. Thanatos have to scatter. Masu tries to flash back over the wall and barely stays alive. But C9 dog piles in and guarantees the Kog'Maw's gone. Thanatos backs back away, nearly survives with a shield, while Busio hops back over the wall to reinforce Quad. Thanatos and Loki both dead. Inspired and Masu the same. Everybody from both teams. Vulcan going to be jumped on by Inspired, but that dog's got to be careful. He tries to get back away while Blabber gets a massive 3-man impale as FlyQuest tries to make their way into the pit here for the fight. Blabber's going to be taken low, but he ain't taken down just yet. C9 running over FlyQuest in the Otacon fight. Thanatos is just way too far ahead. It's a 5-for-1. C9 gets it done. They ace. Ishtal's impact, ready to lead the charge. Blabber goes in, only going to find the opportunity here onto Busio, ready to lock him up as Vulcan zones Masu further away from the fight. Whippo here on the front line. C9 undeterred. Masu under pressure, and Loki's already found the kill. FlyQuest can't do a thing about it. A double kill for Loki. A triple kill for Sven. Age. Blabber wanted to find a flash impale angle, but he ain't going to get it. Meanwhile, Thanatos again marks his target for public execution. The fight's over before it ever really begins. Full swing as Vulcan leads the charge into the back there with a quickness. Stuck on the front line. There's no way for Whippo to get out of it. At least one's going to get traded back as Masu kills Sven, but it does not matter. Non-subscribers, we'll see you in Zenith played on the Blabber over the wall. FlyQuest is going in for the first play, but they're taking a lot of damage in the process. First blood over to Blabber as it's a 1-for-1. Now they've locked up Loki. Masu flashing forward away from the C9 reinforcements as Busio just keeps him tied up for the mega Inferno bomb, and Sven's not getting anything else. Level 1 boots, hold on. We don't even have time to finish talking about it. Goodbye, Masu. The last shot in the air, and Sven picks him up. Nicely done. Thought he was going to get a quick trade onto Loki. C9 knows that he's going to go for those types of plays and immediately punish him.
A crafty trap was laid right there. Loki looking juicy.
Quad is free firing onto Blabber, who goes over the wall, but he's going to be killed by Busio's Ignite. Busio's low, but it's a second kill back over to FlyQuest. The Drake over to FlyQuest. C9 still trying to fight back, but Thanatos has to...
The rewards are a little bit too big if they go next. Here we go, pick.
No, that was a massive catch. Sven is already down. That's the Zeri. That's the hyper carry. That's a C9 nearly dead everywhere. Quad going on a killing spree. He's ready to reset, and C9 can't get away. Thanatos will die next. Yes, he gets one in retaliation, but what does it matter? FlyQuest go the distance against C9. They take the series 3-2, and they earn themselves